My house smells like Pez. Why does my house smell like Pez? Warning. The following live broadcast may contain loud, obnoxious, shrill, and alarming noises that may and might be considered disturbing, if not outright uncomfortable to listen to, especially if you are wearing headphones. I share my office space with an African gray parrot and two parakeets, and I have no control over their behavior while I am live streaming. Unlike my regular videos, where I have the opportunity to edit them out as best as I can. If you are sensitive to loud, surprising background noises, I recommend either not turning your volume up too loud or watching my edited, pre-recorded videos instead. Viewer discretion is advised. Hold on, let me just, hold on. Okay, here we go. There we go. Where's my border here? Okay, there we go. There we go. We're good now. Oh my goodness. And also, what am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing here today. I don't know. I'm a little out of it today. Oh boy. So hello everybody. Another live stream for today. Like I said, I'm a little out of it today because I spent the entire day cleaning the house yesterday, and I'm still achy from that because that's how out of shape I am right now. That cleaning the house is probably the closest to regular exercise I'm getting right now. Oh my goodness. Okay, but in all seriousness, hello everyone. Am I good here? Yeah, I'm good here. So my name is Daphne Lage, and I am a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and I am known for the funny animal fantasy adventure Tall Tales, which I have right here. You see, that's how out of it I am. I'm forgetting to show my stuff. So yes, Tall Tales. I am known for the funny animal fantasy adventure Tall Tales, which I have volume 3 right here, and volume 4 is scheduled for Kickstarter mid-year, sometime around either June or July. I haven't locked in the dates yet, but definitely watch out for volume 4 of Thief Quest. And I am currently known for my medieval fantasy soap opera drama EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, which issue 4 is now on Kickstarter, which I will talk more about in a minute. You can read both my comics online at Tall Tales, TAILSonline.com, and EgoWorks, EgoWorks.com. You can check out all my videos on how to make my comics on YouTube. If you are joining me from Facebook, from Twitter, come on over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel where you can check out all of my videos on how I make my comics. And you see my previous live streams and all that at my channel at Daphne Lage, Lage Art. Okay, could I make that? Let's see, could I make that messier? Okay, so let me just fix this here. There we go. Okay, so hello, James in the chat. Hello. So yes, it seems like we're all getting a slow start today. So like I said, it's like I'm a little out of it because I'm still a little tired from cleaning the house, and I put in new air fresheners, which is supposed to be orange blossom. Now the entire house smells like Pez, which honestly I could think of a worse thing for a house to smell. So we can put up with the Pez smell for now. So, right. Oh, hey, Marvy. So yeah. So, this is of course, in the tradition of awkward setups. I have the chat on a separate screen. So if you see me turning my head completely, it's because I am looking at the screen so that I can see the chats. Because if I do it on this laptop, it starts choking out for some reason. So Yeah, so everything's being temperamental. I swear, it's like I have to get this office done so I can kind of like wire everything the way it should be, and then it's like hopefully everything will work the way it's supposed to. Right now, this is all a very temporary setup until I get everything done, but it's a slow process. So since we have at least two people in the chat, three people watching. Those of you who are watching, like I said, come on over to YouTube so that I can see you in the chat better. Last week, Facebook booted me off, so I can't guarantee they're not going to do that again. And so, like I said, if Facebook decides to boot me off because they didn't like my stream for some reason, you can join us in the chat because I have a question today while I'm going through all my housekeeping bits. Here's a question for everybody. While while I'm going through all my notes and housekeeping that you guys can help me out with. So today I am going to be working on some comic book pages, and I have a choice. I can either pencil pages for you or I can ink pages for you. So I don't know which one I want to do yet, but I'm going to let you guys decide what you want to see today. Do you want to see me penciling pages or do you want to see me inking pages? I'm ready to do both. So why don't you go ahead and sound off in the chat? Which do you want to see, inking or penciling? Which one are we in the mood for today? So as I continue the housekeeping, so let's give it until the half hour mark, and then we'll make a final decision from there as to what we're doing. So okay, so let me get back to the lots going on. A lot going on this week. Last week, there's I think there's a little bit to talk about here. So okay, a little housekeeping before we start. So, as always, you can catch me and Nita Lanning on the Rage and 2 network every Monday and Friday, starting your week and ending your week. On the Rage and 2 the Vlogs show, title just as awkward as us on this show. So yeah, so you can check us out there. We spend an hour talking about pretty much anything that comes to our minds when it comes to social media marketing, crowdfunding, indie comics. Related to that, we had a really excellent interview on Monday with Christy Shin about her book Demon Bitch. If you missed it, go back and, well, after you watch this stream, of course, go back and watch a replay of that show. We had a really good time. We definitely have to have her on again. Yeah, and she has a campaign running for Demon Bitch, which is on Kickstarter right now. She has at last time we checked, she had about 40 something days to go, so there's plenty of time to support it, but she would like to have it funded before WonderCon. So go on over to Kickstarter, check out Christy Shin's Demon Bitch. After the show is over, I will put that in the show notes as well, so you can go over there easily. And in the meantime, on my store, I am still running a fan art clearance sale. I have all my fan art stuff, including a couple of sketchbooks, up to 50% off. If you're if you're waiting to pick up some stuff, this is the time to do it. Once we start conventions again, these things fly off the table. Especially at the price that they're at. And you know how people love fan art at conventions. So this is your last chance. Well, not your last chance. Well, before I start conventions, you guys know what I mean. Uh, uh, this is the chance. This is your chance to pick up all these items, all my fan art stuff, because once they sell out, I will not be reprinting anything, including the sketchbooks. So, ooh, someone's playing music loud. Sorry, I got distracted there for a second. So yes. So go to my store on egoworks.com and pick up stickers, pins, sketchbooks. Like I said, it's I have a couple of original art sketch covers that are discounted as well, so you can pick those up too. And speaking of the sale, I still have, if you had joined us last Saturday for House of Bob, I just want to thank everybody who showed up for the live stream for House of Bob, the debut live stream. We had a really good time there. Pretty much everything went without a hitch. We had 2 hours worth of pretty sexy conversation without getting all crazy. I mean, we had a really good time. So I really am looking forward to doing this again. But because of the nature of the show, right now it's only once a month. So make sure to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so that you do get notified when the next House of Bob live stream is coming up in April. But it's always going to be on a Saturday, always 10 p.m. to midnight. So that's going to be another fun stream, because the last one was a gas. So thank you all for participating and for making it a fun time. That does make me want to do another one. So thank you again. And also the most important news that I have is, ta-da! Of course, EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, now on Kickstarter, still on Kickstarter, with 2 weeks left to go, officially 2 weeks left to go on this campaign. We are less than $2,000 away from unlocking all of the stretch goals, including the 8-page short story. So let's go here. Let me show you what we're at. So we were able so far to unlock the 3 trading cards. Thank you so much. I was really looking forward. To unlock those cards, and I'm really even more looking forward to printing them and adding them to the collection. So the sticker unlocks at 5,000. We are about, last I checked, $840 away from unlocking the sticker. But the thing that I want the most, that you all want the most, because I know you do, because I know how you love more pages added to your comics. Another 8-page story unlocks at 6,000. Like I said, it's an 8-page story, full color. It's the first of the Tales from the Outer Kingdom shorts collection that I will be collecting in a trade paperback, but that's not for a while yet. This is the first of the short stories that really add to the EGORAVEN story but they don't quite fit into the main 15-issue storyline. So this is the way we're going to get, at least one of the ways we're going to get these short stories, is by unlocking the first one at 6,000. Like I said, we're close to unlocking it. It's like we're about $1,800 away. And at first I was a little worried about being able to raise that much money in 2 weeks, but then I have to remind myself I just raised $4,000 in 2 weeks, so maybe we can repeat that in these last 2 weeks. So there we go. But there's more. If you missed it, if you haven't seen it yet on the campaign, we have brand new exclusive variant covers for issue 4. This was specially commissioned by up and coming artist Jaden Lanning. This is her first, I guess, variant cover ever. So let's show her some love and pick up your copy of this variant cover. It comes in 3 flavors. Comes in the regular edition of issue 4. It comes in the virgin cover, and it comes in the rainbow hollow foil. And I am limiting the print run to this variant cover to exactly what is ordered. There will not be any extras after the campaign closes. So if you want this cover, this variant cover for issue 4, you must pledge for it. It is an add-on, so you can get the books individually, or you can get it as a set. But like I said, it will only be printed to order. I am not printing any extras. So if you think that you can pick some up, you can pick these covers up after the campaign. It's not happening. You have to pledge now and to get your covers. So that's also available. And there's more. Of course, there's more to this campaign. Like I said, it's the 2-week mark. There's a lot going on. EGORAVEN is joining several of her friends to bring you some Kickstarter crossover exclusive goodness. The first one being a crossover with Rob Multari's Nightwolf, opened today. This campaign is now open on Kickstarter. You can pledge to it. Pledge to EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, and Nightwolf. You have to pledge to both campaigns, and then Rob Multari on his Nightwolf campaign will give you this print that I did for both our campaigns. You will get, if you pledge on a PDF level, you will get a PDF of this print. If you pledge a physical level, you will also get a PDF and a physical print of this. It's one of my favorite pieces so far. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's Nightwolf fighting Facebook favorite Disaster Son Loki, doing his Kickstarter premiere right here, right now. I mean, I absolutely love this print. So yeah, so support both our campaigns and you will get this crossover print. But last but not least, the reason why you're all here is for the ultimate crossover that you guys not only want, but absolutely need, is EGORAVEN and the OSWALD Chronicles in their first official crossover that actually ties in to the EGORAVEN story, which is why I considered this the second short story for the Tales from the Outer Kingdoms collection. So support EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, and the OSWALD Chronicles, and you will unlock an exclusive PDF of a 16-page full-color mini story, which you are going to be seeing in production right now on this live stream on this channel. Yes, it's a 16-page story that's going to be exclusive to the campaign until it gets printed in that trade paperback I was telling you about. So if you want to see this story, this Kickstarter is the only way to get it. So if you supported EGORAVEN, head on over to the OSWALD Chronicles. That OSWALD has 21 days left to go. But again, you only have technically 2 weeks, because when the EGORAVEN campaign closes, that's it for the Nightwolf campaign. That's it for the Nightwolf print, and that's it for this crossover story. So make sure that you support both those campaigns along with EGORAVEN in the 2 weeks that's left for the EGORAVEN campaign. So there's a lot going on. So like I said, if you missed it, if you're just coming in late, I have my chat in a separate tablet here. So I am now going to turn my head so that I can awkwardly turn my head so I can read what's in the chat. So let's see. So who joined us today? Oh, hey, John. Oh, so John wants to see pencils. Jake is here. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. So John wants to see pencils. Okay, cool. So we got to vote for pencils. And yes, we have Jake in the house. Yes, you didn't manage to burn the house down. And we appreciate that. We appreciate that, Jake. It's like you were probably the only person who could talk about hentai academically that we know. So yeah, so I think we were very safe from getting taken down on YouTube because we know how to talk like adults about hentai. And oh, here's Mike Jimmy. Yes, hello, Mike Jimmy. Yes, yeah, I am almost there. Like I said, I have to remind myself that hold on, this is there we go. There we go. Yeah, it's like I have to remind myself that if I was able to raise $4,000 in 2 weeks, I should be able to raise 1,800 in these final weeks as well. I predict, this is my prediction. I predict the campaign is going to end on the obnoxious number of $6,020. That's what I predict. Um yes, thank you. 6 watching and 4 likes. We can do better. It's like they're all hiding on Twitter and they're all hiding on Twitter. That's what it is. You know, so you want to see, okay, so you'll take pencils and inks. So technically I'm going to take this as 2 votes for pencils, 1 vote for ink. So let's see. Oh, there we go. Hey, most hentai academics as it takes place in high school and a college setting. Well, yes, yes they do. Yes they do. So and we love them anyway. So yeah, so yes. So like I said, we had a really fun time on House of Bob, and I would really like to repeat that again. So okay, so yeah, so that yeah, a lot going on, yeah, I was able to cross off a whole bunch of things off my list, which is of course I'm stalling for time now because I want to give everyone a little bit more time to come into the chat. And so far we have pencils is ahead. So yeah, so yeah, so so yeah, so pencils are ahead so far. So even though, so we'll see. So we can do either one. So let's give people some more time to get into the chat so that they can vote. So really quick though, wow, I learned a new thing today. So I learned that there is a specific disease that could affect um speech and being able to understand speech. It seems like Bruce Willis has been diagnosed with, I forgot the name of the disease already, but I never heard of it before. Like I would have thought this would have been classified as dementia or something, but it's like no, it seems that there's a type of disease that can be caused by either a stroke or head trauma, where it completely messes your ability to understand language because it's that, I guess, that's specific. They have a specific word for it. They have a specific name for the disease, and he was recently diagnosed with it. So it's like I'm extra self-conscious about my nervous tics. So yeah, that was yeah, so that was like really trippy. Like I'm kind of wondering whether he did have a stroke or whether it was like head trauma from a set, like he was on set or something, and it built up to that. Because I know that Julie Strain, that she ended up with early onset dementia because of an accident she had in her 20s when she fell off a horse and hit her head, and it was like a really like, yeah, and I guess like it started appearing in her 40s, I think. I think if I'm hearing that correctly, I heard about that through uh, Olivia, the painter. I'm about to butcher her last name, so I'm not going to say it. But you know who Olivia is. So yeah, so now I know about Bruce Willis and this whole thing about like he's not able, like he's literally has to retire because oh okay yeah, you see, oh, here it is. Yeah. Aphasia. Yeah, that's what I read. Yeah. Um was there oh, it's been so long since I watched DS9, so but I think I know which episode you might be talking about. Yeah, they didn't specify whether he had a stroke. They just said that he has to retire because of this, because it's affecting his cognitive abilities, like, but they say it's specifically he cannot understand language anymore. You know, and he can't speak. I mean, it's weird. Like I said, it was very specific. Oh, and Mike, Jimmy, it breaks down the specific part of the brain that recognizes and creates speech. It's a common side effect of a stroke. Yeah, and it's damn serious too. I mean, it's like literally, it's like he's forgetting how to talk, or at least that's what it sounds like, and process information. I mean, it's really intense. I mean, like a stroke isn't intense enough, you know. You know, it's like really. I mean, it's like that's why. Yeah, it's like having a stroke is no joke. Is no joke. That's why it's like you know, I mean, people who try to fake that shit or whatnot is that they're just outright trash. You know, I mean, it's like that is. I mean, you but that's a different conversation. That's a different conversation, a specific conversation, and some of you guys know what I'm talking about. But you know what? I don't run my channel for that type of thing, so I'm just going to be catty and move on. so yeah, so I was able to cross off some more things off my list, which is pretty good. It's always fun to do that. I just want to make a public apology to Glenn Fleming for not finishing his article on time. I had an article in his. Well, I'm currently writing an article for his magazine, Comics Unlimited, but with all the work that I had to do, and plus it's like a couple of things came up this week that's going to eat up the rest of my time outside of this stream. So something had to give. And unfortunately, it was Glenn's article. But luckily, he was extremely understanding about that. And he has plenty of content. So it's not like I'm leaving a gap in his book. However, I did offer to finish the article for his July, whatever comes out around June, July, in time for what in time for my next campaign. What's coming out? August, actually. Yeah, it's around July, August, when the EGORAVEN Volume 1 book comes out, and he was fine with that. And not only that, but I got the cover for that issue too, so it worked out even better for me. So not only will I have an article in that future edition of Comics Unlimited, but I will also have the cover. And I've been like working on like a really trying to come up with a really epic layout for that cover, because I really want it to look really dramatic and whatnot. So so that worked out for me. So there you go. So might have been a loss for me this month, you know, but it was a gain for me for future me. So that worked out. So you see, sometimes, you know, you kind of like have to give yourself enough leeway, and it usually works out in the end. So so let's see. Yeah. So okay. So I guess so far everyone's good with penciling. So you all want to see me penciling? Okay. So no messy inks today, which is probably good because probably, like, yeah, let's stick to penciling today. So, okay, so let's, okay, so, all right, so are we good with pencils? Everybody wants to see pencils? So, okay, let me just put this stuff. Then I'm going to put my, my pens away then. Okay. So, all right, so let's see what we got here. Oh, okay. All right, so, okay, so, all right, so if we're good, yeah, it's like I had to, it's like I had to refill the pen and already, a pen, and it already like got me. Doesn't matter how clean you try to keep, short of me wearing like rubber gloves and, to do, and using, pliers and what to fill up my pens so that I'm not touching anything. It's always a mess. So, yeah. Okay, so all right, so this is the final vote. So yeah, definitely. That and no eating the cadmium red paint. Yeah, do not eat the cadmium red paint. So yeah. Or the cobalt blue. No eating cobalt blue or the cadmium red. So that's today's very serious advice for today. So let's see. So okay. So all right. So we're gonna go to pencils. So all right. Okay. So we can turn that off right there. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is that we're just hitting the half-hour mark. I'm going to show some love here, and then when we come back, I'll show you what I've been up to with this Oswald story, and we can start working. Okay, so I'll be right back.
We are the only show for independents all around, giving you a platform to spread your word all over town. Cast the Craze is the place to promote to your fans with Dreamer, Medina, and Sam the Crazy Man. Subscribe to our show and never miss an episode. It's time to get your mans, listen to us on the go. Updated every week, we never miss a day. Join the squad, come on in. It's time to cast the Craze. If you are an independent, cast the Craze. Making moves on your own, cast the Craze. On your grind in the streets, cast the Craze. Join the movement, cast the Craze.
Yeah, George, we did it again. Come on now. You know you want to do it. Catch the Craze.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Daphne Lage here. Join Nita Lanning and me on the Ragin' to the Vlogs show, where we talk about everything, nothing, and all the bits in between. Looking for hour-long conversations about indie comics, social media marketing, and crowdfunding, with the occasional rant and story time? Head on over to the Ragin' 2 channel on YouTube, Mondays through Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern to join in the chat.
Hit the button.
Okay. Oh, that was a lot of commercials. We're gonna end up worse than YouTube. It's like we're gonna have our own commercials for a half hour. So okay, there we go. So let's see. I'm gonna that was this. That was the pencil sharpener for everyone wondering. So okay, so let's do this. And there we go. Okay. So, like I said in housekeeping, so me and JD, I asked JD to write a EGORAVEN Oswald crossover for me. Because it was something that I thought that we could both, I guess, utilize, I guess, to put it, for Kickstarter, just to see, how people would react to it and whatnot. And, there was no question that the story was going to be good. That's for sure. But the thing is, though, he wrote it in such a way that it's like, it was just like, it completely connects to, to the main EGORAVEN storyline. It's like you could enjoy it separately, but I was just tickled pink that it connected. So that's why I'm considering this story part of the Tales from the Outer Kingdoms shorts collection, which, like I said, is a collection of short stories that add to EGORAVEN's story by, just by kind of like expanding on the world that she lives in, and other characters and her friends' stories and all that. But if I had put it in the main storyline, it would have just completely bogged down everything. So I decided to do these stories anyway, these short stories, but collect them in a separate book. And this Oswald EGORAVEN crossover is part of that. It's going to be part of that now. So the overall story so the name of the story is The Differences of Mice, Flowers, and Unicorns. It's a 16-page story. It's going to be in full color once it's done. And it's the story about how EGORAVEN is lost in dream. And she comes across Oswald. And Oswald tries to teach her how to, I guess, overcome, I guess, both well, at least, teaches her to, I guess, like, find the courage in herself to overcome the both literal and physical dragons she has to battle in her life. So that's pretty much the overall story. Okay, so there we go. Do they make a bigger pencil sharpener? Okay. Well, okay. So here's the thing. Let me show you this. Let me show you this for everyone who wants to know, because this is how nerdy this shit is. This is literally from Mitsubishi, the car company. Yes, they make pencil sharpeners, it seems. And yes, it's from Japan, and I guess the big deal is that it makes really, really fine and really sharp points on the pencil, which, if you saw me already, I broke that tip. So I have to use my sharpener again. I'm just going to darken out the borders, and then I'm going to use this again. But yes, I bought this on Amazon. It's a Mitsubishi pencil sharpener. So yes, maybe it makes the pictures better, maybe it doesn't. But yes, hello Nita. Hey Nita. Yes, we are home right now. I vacuumed. I more than vacuumed. The house smells like Pez because of the new air fresheners I put in. those friggin' Glade Orange Blossom, and now everything smells like Pez. So, it's like, yeah, I know. So yeah, um, so let's see, because when I can also sharpen my pencils like super manually. This is what it looks like when I do that. This is, yeah. So there we go. So this is when I use a razor blade and sandpaper. So I can, yeah. So I don't technically need that pencil sharpener, but it's nice to have both, because there's just some days, sometimes I just want to use like this thing right here, and other times I really do need a super super fine tip. So so yeah, so let me finish putting in the borders here. uh, yeah. So yeah, so okay, so yeah, so now the thing is, what's this so luckily I had the layouts for these done before we decided to announce doing this. um so now it's like I just have to just pencil it out, because it kind of goes against my rule of not having a book finished when a kick until, like, when the Kickstarter starts. But I'm kind of figuring, well, it's not technically the main book we're selling, and honestly, it's like although I was a little insecure about it at the beginning, there's absolutely no reason for me to think why I can't have this book done when the Oswald campaign finishes in 21 days. So is it 20? Yeah, I think he's at 21 days right now. So yeah. I'll just be working on these pretty much in front of everybody, as the campaign goes along. It's like I'll just be posting like work in progress or whatnot on the Kickstarter, just so everyone can see that, yes, that the story is getting done, and it will be done when the campaign closes. But yeah, it's like I've been finding. So I've been doing a lot of these short stories lately. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. The That's why I wanted, like, really. You would think that using a mechanical pencil would make that easier, because I used to use mechanical pencils all the time. But when the blue line, like the colored leads that go in mechanical pencils, for some reason they're a lot more fragile than regular pencil leads that go in mechanical pencils. So they're just awful to work with. So I've been buying like the regular pencils by the ton, just so I just keep sharpening and working, sharpening and working, sharpening and working. Because yeah, the mechanical pencils are awful. You would think that that tiny nib would give the best results, but they don't. So let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah. So yes, thank you for posting the links there. So yeah, so all the links are going to be in the chat and in the show notes as well. So let's see. Um yeah, it's like I think I'm gonna pass on that. Although honestly, um let's see. Hold on. Where is it? There, for everybody. Okay, for everybody who wants, who wants to know. Who wants to know? So I did it already. There we go. I did it already. Right there. Right there. Issue 3. Issue 3. There it is. There it is. So there you go. So you don't have to worry about it. We don't have to we don't have to give two attention whoring actors any more attention than they need. So yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I didn't watch the Oscars. I mean, the fact that oh, bye Marvin. Go have dinner. Go eat. No, we shouldn't be no hangry. Let's see. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, don't be hangry. Go eat. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I didn't I didn't watch the Oscars. I didn't it's like it was kind of like I just woke up and that was like the only thing I saw online was this slap heard around the world. And and I mean really it's I don't of course I have an opinion on it. I mean, but the whole thing was just kind of stupid. Because it's like really, dude, Chris Rock, he's the one that finally got under your skin over whatever. I mean, I would have thought that he would have been kind of you know what, the whole thing was just so stupid that it was just like, it's like, really, bro, it's like you're gonna go up on national television and smack a comedian for, I guess, for goofing on your wife being bald. I guess, I don't know, I didn't see the clip, I don't know what was said or anything. Like I said, I just think the whole thing was just stupid and people were just obsessing on it, and it was just like, okay, whatever, really, this is what the Oscars have to do to be relevant. I mean, yeah, it's like, I don't know, it was just although honestly the thing that really got me though was that, because it seems like the Oscar committee, they're looking to, I guess, like censure Will Smith somehow, like, I guess, like revoke his membership or something to the Academy, like that means something, I don't know. I'm wondering if they can, I guess, if they can impose fines or something. Maybe they can. I don't know. But people were like, screaming that's like, oh, it's like Will Smith should have his Oscar rescinded. It's like they should take away his Best Actor Oscar. And that's kind of where I had to draw the line, because it's like, you know what? If Roman Polanski and Woody Allen still have their fucking Oscars, then Will Smith can keep his Oscar for smacking Chris Rock. One has nothing to do with the other. But I guess in the end that's all I kind of really have to say about that. I mean, because like I said, I thought the entire thing was just stupid, and it was tiring. It was very tiresome to see the memes over and over and over again, and it was just like, ugh, it's like, okay, and speaking of tiresome conversations, and speaking of that, Oh yes, speaking about smacking. Yes. Speaking about the big smackdown. Join us on the Raging, well, not us, but like us in general, the royal us. On the Raging 2 channel, 9 p.m. for Zimcast, with Randy Zimmerman, Dojo Kun, um what's his name? Fowler? Something Fowler. I'm sorry. I don't remember his name. I know a lot of Fowlers and I keep confusing all of them. Um, they're going to be talking about also some nonsense that would deserve a good smacking. That I think everybody would be interested in. So you can go check that out tonight at 9 p.m. Because God knows those are two faces definitely worth smacking. And it would still be too kind. It would still be too kind. But hey. But you can learn about that later. I don't but speaking of tiresome conversations. So today I was reading something about I guess like price hikes at Walt Disney World, that type of thing. Like, and the thing that I never understood about Twitter and just Disney fans in general, and mind you, it's like I'm speaking as one who, like, I've literally lost count as to how many times I've been to the Disney parks, because it's an easy vacation. It was always an easy vacation for my family. It's like you didn't have to do anything. It was kind of like, how people go to Cancun, they go to they go to beach resorts. It's like this was kind of the same thing. And especially lately, under Chapek's tenure, things have just been getting like really, really weird from what I've been seeing and hearing. And one of those things is, I guess, the pandemic taught Disney, like, before the pandemic, Disney was always about customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction. Like, that was their big metric that they worked from, that they based all their decisions on. And then after the pandemic and they shut down, they got a lot of goodwill from people who went out of their way to make sure that the Disney parks were supported in spite of what was going on. And I mean, I don't know why I would expect a multi-billion-dollar corporation to be grateful. But I don't know why I would expect that, but instead what happened is that the lesson that Disney learned from all this goodwill is that Disney fans will put up with anything. As long as they can get their park fix, they'll jump through hoops. And Disney decided they can monetize that. So it has been just whirlwind whinging on Diz Twitter as to how, the parks are ruined. Because it's like now, instead of being all about customer satisfaction, now they've changed their metric model, to how much money can we squeeze out per person. Doesn't matter how we do it. That's the metric. Now it's not about, we don't care if you're grumbling the entire time. As long as we're getting the money out of you, that's what we're measuring. And grumbling they're getting online. Because so there was just another thread that that I was reading about people going, oh, it's like going to the parks is such an ordeal. They make you plan everything in advance now. You have to use Genie Plus, and now they can't even guarantee that even if you pay for the rides, that you can even get on them. And it's like, it's like now it's like, the transportation's gone from the airport, so so it's like you no longer have the magical express where the second you're at the airport you're immediately transported into the Disney bubble via the magical express, which was the Disney bus that took you to the resorts. So yeah, so it's like, so you get off the airplane at Orlando International, you go to Disney Express. The second you get there, you are now technically on Disney property. And then it's like that's all cast members. It's so from the airport to the resort, you're in the bubble. And people were complaining how now that Disney has discontinued the Magical Express, so now you just have to figure out your own way to go to the resorts. So whatever, it's like your Uber or whatnot. And so the Disney bubble doesn't start at the airport anymore. And that used to be included. And then it's like parking at the resorts used to be included. That's not included anymore. And now it's like everyone's just talking about all the stuff that's just not included anymore, and how everything is now an upcharge. And then there's this whole thing with Genie Plus, which now you can like buy your way onto popular rides. So instead of waiting online, you could pay like $15. So if you wanted to go on Rise of the Resistance, which by the way, I think is a really, really overrated ride. And it's okay. It's okay. Not worth waiting 6 hours on a line for. I mean, no, it's okay. It's all right. We did it once. It was I think it was like one of the opening weekends. No, it was like, yeah, it was very shortly after they opened it. And we had to wake up at 5 in the fucking morning just to get the reservation to get on that stupid ride. And then you have to wait to get called to get on the ride. And then that's if the ride doesn't break down. Because I guess the thing has so many moving parts, it breaks down constantly. So, so we did that. We did it once. And we swore, it's like, you know what? If we get on this ride again, it'll be at our leisure, not because we're getting up at 5 in the morning for this, because it was just like, it was okay. It was okay. It was not mind blowing. I mean, it's impressive, but at the same time, it's like, okay, it's like, you see, that's the problem with the internet. It's like you have all these influencers, you have the YouTube channels and all that, and it's like they're just in hysterics about everything, good or bad. That's the thing. Everything's hysteria. Dogs and cats living together. And and I think that a part of, and so this is, I think, just part of the hysteria that's going on with it. So everyone's complaining about, like all these changes, which, mind you, has happened before, because all this completely reminds me of when Michael Eisner was the CEO of Disney back in the 90s. And honestly, it feels like the same thing. It's like a lot of like cost cutting, a lot of a lot of like him pretending that he's the reincarnation of Walt type of thing. The only difference though is that Chapek could care less about being the reincarnation of Walt. That's the only thing that we can give him. It's like he just wants to scrape that budget to the bone, and then he wants everything to function normally, because Disney fans are suckers. And well, let me see. Let's see what's in the let's see what's in the chat here. Okay. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. That was the math. Okay, so it's this tablet. Come on. Show me my comment. There we go. Matthew Fowler. Yeah. So like I said, if I'm turning my head awkwardly here, it's because I'm trying to get the comments on this tablet to work. Okay. All right. So yeah, so he's going to be on the Zimcast show tonight. Let's see. Right. Yeah. Except here at Raging, we do nothing with it, nothing with an open palm, unless you're Gene Hackman. I swear to God, I think the best bitch slap I have ever seen in media, Mississippi Burning. I think it was Gene Hackman open palm bitch slapping William Dafoe. I mean, it was that to me, that was the smack heard through the decades since I saw that movie. It's like the most epic slap. So it's like, yeah, so that slap, that's chef's kiss slap. That Will Smith shit, has nothing on Gene Hackman slapping William Dafoe in Mississippi Burning. I mean, because that was when it's like, that was the type of that makes you do like a full body fallback. That's what happened, like a full body fallback from that. So hey Connery. Let's see. I mean, it's like, yeah, you know what it is? It's the same. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's exactly like Michael Eisner back in the day. It's like, yeah, I guess it was like Iger trying to come off like he was Disney, because what is it? He kind of retired into Imagineering for Chapek to take over, but he still stayed on as a consultant. However, that was supposed to work. But yeah, I mean, it definitely started with the two of them. But the thing is, though, like for a split second, everything looked really, really good. I mean, their merchandising was on point. Everything just seemed to be on point. Everybody finally got used to. Oh my gosh, it's like, this tablet. Like merchandising was on point. Everything seemed to have been on point. It's like everybody finally got used to match bands. It's like everything just seemed to be coming together. And then the pandemic seemed to open up this, I don't know, it's like they realized, oh, you assholes will put up with anything. So now it's like, okay, we're going to roll back everything to its bare bones. Everything is a la carte. Nothing is going to be included in anything. And you guys are going to like it. It's like we're going to have bare bones staffing. And yeah, and it's like, and it's kind of like they did all of a sudden this, like, what is it, a 180 on the whole thing? Budgets got slashed even further. I mean, even though that was a thing anyway, because it's like all the stuff that they wanted to do, like to Galaxy's Edge, like, or even like the whole Epcot overhaul. It's like the budgets for all that got slashed with it, like the second D23 ended, the budgets were slashed in half. You know, it's like, really? It's like, what are they running a Kickstarter here? You know, I mean, I'm really hoping. I mean, like I said, this is exactly what it felt like in the '90s. That it's like, yeah, they're nickel and diming, but they're still seeing record profits, and yeah, it's like, I don't think, and the thing is though, it's like they own, unless they want to take all of Hollywood with them, Disney is not going out of business. Because it's like, what, they now own 70% of the IPs coming out of Hollywood right now. But yeah, I mean, it kind of, yeah, it's like, yeah, we saw bits of it before the pandemic, but I think that once the pandemic hit and they saw what people were willing to do to get back to the parks, um, I think that put the wrong spring in their step. Because like I said, I don't know why I was expecting a $1 billion corporation to be grateful. But they're not. They're not. Instead, they just saw, it's like, oh, Disney fans are a bunch of suckers, and then that they moved on from that. Yeah, Disney. Yeah, Genie Plus was announced. Yeah, it was at. Yeah, I remember at that. I remember watching the live stream for the D23 when they announced everything, along with the Epcot overhaul, which turned into an underhaul because they just, the budget. There's a big crater. Like, oh, we paid for a crater. There you go. That's it. That's all you're getting. You're getting a crater. But yeah, but like, right, and even at D23, they didn't really explain what Genie Plus was supposed to be. But honestly, Genie Plus in and of itself is not the issue. Is not an issue, because like magic bands, everybody claimed they hated magic bands. Magic bands, everyone hated when it first came out. It's like, oh, it's not working, and this, that, and the other thing. Now nobody can imagine not having them. Now everyone wants to collect all of them. When there was this whole thing about them saying they might discontinue magic bands, the same people who said they hated those things now are upset that they were taking them away. So I think that Genie Plus, they still need to get the kinks out. What it is that they're seeing how it's working, how it's actually working in the real world, with real application, as opposed to working theoretically. And I think that they're just going to make changes. You're just going to see it improve over time. Look, in 2 years, people are going to be saying how Genie Plus is the greatest shit. And then they're going to make changes to Genie Plus, and then people are going to be upset. Why are you changing Genie Plus? Because that's the pattern. That's how it always works. Because again, everything online is all about hysteria. The dumbest shit cranked to 11. Oh no. Oh, I think, you know, it's funny. I think I know the thing you're talking about too. Yeah, it's like the stuff that they would have for the night shows. So it would be like all glow in the dark and stuff. Yeah, that's, yeah. Let's see. Right. I mean, and that's exactly how they're seeing it. You know, that's exactly, it's like, oh, it's just okay. But yeah, but they still have people fighting for reservations to get on that ride. You know, it's like they still have people, you know, it's like they're now, it's like the crowds now are pretty much back to normal. But this is, oh, now I remember, yes. Yes. There has always been a complaint, like especially about reviewers, that you really can't trust them because nobody wants to say anything bad. Or else, And that was the thing too, that there was something that happened. Oh, I forgot. Disney had done something, and all these reviewers, like newspapers and whatnot, threatened to boycott Disney, like not write about Disney movies or anything until they rectified whatever it was they were doing. And Disney turned around and says, well, I guess you guys don't want to be invited to any of the premieres then. And then all of a sudden, you saw all the reviewers back off. Whatever it was, they all backed off. It's like, oh, well, no, that's more important. So, and that's the thing with the influencers online. Like the whole thing with the stupid Star Wars hotel. I mean, it's like they're all gushing about it, which is what happened to Rise of the Resistance too. All the influencers get invited for free to experience this shit. They gush. It's like, oh my god, it's the greatest thing ever. And then it's like, really, I'm supposed to believe you? Because I was watching a video of the Star Wars hotel. And it's like, and let me put it to you like this. And mind you, it wasn't even a review. It was just a full on, like they recorded their entire experience over the 2 days. But again, this was paid for by Disney for them to be there. It's not like they paid the $6,000. And I have to admit though, it's like, honestly, I really don't know who the market is for that and why they think and why Disney thinks it's a sustainable market. Because as an introvert, that hotel is my worst nightmare. Like, even if they paid me to go, I'd be like, nah, I'm good. Because it's like that whole having to like cosplay and LARPing and stuff and having to be in. Look, I get secondhand douche chills just when the actors are in the park. It's like, I don't know. It's like I don't know why I get this secondhand embarrassment. It's like that's just, I don't know. That's just what I do. I get secondhand embarrassment for actors. It's like, I guess it's because it's like, look, it's like, I'm just an asshole who paid way too much money to be in this situation. Just, eating a churro and shit, it's like, and you're trying to pretend you're, an imperial officer. It's like, I appreciate the effort, but for me, it's not necessary, So yeah, so I couldn't stand 2 days of intense LARPing for that. So, having to pretend, having to like, everything you do in this hotel requires you to pretend to a level that it's beyond the Disney bubble. You have to be in this Star Wars bubble. They have the computer that you have to talk to. You have to check in with it. Because it's part of the storyline. And it's cringe. I mean, I just, like, for me, the hotel was 100% cringe. You're paying $6,000 for 2 nights for cringe. And I just oh wait, what? Really? What? Really? I would have to look that up because, yeah, so Clownfish is one of these obnoxious channels, that they bitch about everything. Like, these are literally people that I go to. I hope you never enjoy anything in your life ever again. But the thing is, though, at the same time, they're just playing the algorithm, and the algorithm loves negativity. So Clownfish is just one of those channels, that they'll spend 2 hours bitching about a 30-second trailer, like those types of that type of channel. And Clownfish would always bitch about Disney. And I'm not saying that they didn't have valid points. But the thing is, though, that much negativity eventually becomes internalized. That it's like that, it's like jerking off to porn, ironically. There, okay, you're doing it ironically, but you're still jerking off, So it's like, I mean, I don't know, to clown porn or something. Oh, I'm just jerking off ironically to clown porn. No, you're jerking off. It's the same thing, ironically, with Clownfish TV. Oh, it's like, I'm just playing off the anger for the algorithm. Yeah, but now you're angry at everything because of it. So, but my point is that, so you have all these influencers that gush about Disney because they're literally put on notice. If you say anything negative about this PR event, you're never going to get invited again. So why would I believe anything said at the PR event? So, so I guess, okay, here, so Clownfish TV exposed that they got kicked out because they were too critical and had their site taken from them. You see, that I have to look up. Are you telling me that they had to open up a new YouTube channel? That Disney closed down their YouTube channel? Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Mostly they want to be in good graces to secure exclusivity, because that's the game for the algorithm. You have to be the first on top of everything. Oh, you have to be the first one at the Star Wars hotel. You have to be the first one on Rise of the Resistance. You have the first one to be using Genie Plus or whatever. Right, exactly. It's like all reviewers. So it's like, yeah, so all reviewers are pretty much tainted because of that. Because if they want to continue getting invited to these events, they have to toe the line. And if they're towing the line, then they're not honestly, they're not good to me as in terms of reviews go. Like, if I'm just looking, it's like, if I'm just curious as to because in the end, it's like, it's kind of like a double whammy. I'm not somebody to pay attention to reviews, but instead I use reviews as just, I don't know, kind of just to get a feel for something. Yeah, it's like just to get a feel for something, but not necessarily, like, I don't think there's really been a review that's kept me from doing something or picking up something that I was already interested in. If I'm already interested in something, all the negative reviews are not going to change my mind about it. Like, you can tell me day and night that The Chronicles of Riddick is a stupid movie and it sucks, and I'd be like, yeah, but it still slaps though. I'd still watch it. There's a ton of movies like that. It's like, oh, that movie's stupid. Yeah, but I'm still watching it. So die mad about it. And that's, that's so reviews in and of itself, it's like, I don't find like, they're not really necessary for me. But the thing is, though, is like, when it's obviously, like, if I'm just literally watching an extension of Disney's PR thing, like, if you're just an extension of Disney's PR, I mean, I really couldn't care. I really couldn't care less about what you have to say, because it's like, well, of course you're going to be jerking off all over it. Of course you're going to look into this tiny ass room that has the vaguest, it has Star Wars elements the way LaCroix sparkling water has flavor in it. I mean, it's like has the vaguest elements, and you're gonna say, oh my god, this is actually so cool, and this, that, and the other thing, and the other thing, and it's like, really, bro, really, I'm seeing it on the video right now, what this room looks like. I think a lot of people compared the rooms to like Red Dwarf. I think like it just looks like a cabin, with space elements, I guess. I mean, uh, let's see. Well, yeah, yes, we do. I agree that it hasn't been the same since they actually removed all the imaginative elements from Journey into Imagination, um, which I think is kind of symbolic, really. I think I think once they removed Dreamfinder and you see, that's the funny thing, Journey into Imagination with Figment, right? Well, that's the new one. So Journey into Imagination really was a spectacular ride, and it really emphasized, I mean, this was one of Imagineering, at its most creative. And then at some point, and the thing is, and it really harped on it really pushed the whole thing about imagination and the fertility of imagination and how everybody had imagination. And then they redid it, and they stripped all the creativity from it, and they turned it into a factory where they tell you in the most half-ass way, oh yeah, just imagine it, but like imagine the most banal shit. Oh, if you see a picture of a skunk, you can imagine it smelling like a skunk. I mean, like, really, like, that's like, really. And it's like, now that you kind of, and it's like, and it's in this factory type setting, laboratory type setting, where it's like, oh, we create from imagination. And it's like, I think that's kind of symbolic of the Disney Corporation now, where it's like when before they had Imagineering really pushing the limits of what you can do creatively, and inviting the people who visit the parks to kind of like join them in that journey. And now it's all about, here's your sausage, just eat your sausage, you don't need to know how it works, we fired everybody anyway. It's like it's that's kind of how it feels like. So yeah, maybe let's see. Yeah, it's yeah, it's well, yeah, I mean, because it's like, yeah, because obviously that they were too angry to be part of the PR circle jerk. But like I said, that much negativity though, it's too much. Because it's like I can only I could only stand them seconds at a time, because it's like I said, sometimes it just feels like they're digging for shit to be angry about, because again, that's what the algorithm rewards them for. Um, but at the same time, it's like, what? They're opposites of the same coin. You have the PR circle jerk, and then you have the angry at everything. Nothing is good. Everything sucks. So, I'd like to be in the middle. I still go to Disney. Are there things wrong with it? It's like, yeah, I've seen where they've gotten, not the way I used to remember, I guess. But on the other hand, it's like, well, I don't know. Some of the things that are missing, it's like, do I really miss them? It's like, was it really a thing for me to miss? Um, but that just might be me being a New Yorker, though. you know? Um, let's see. Yeah. Oh, okay. Let me see. So this is what happened. The partner apparently took the site away from the two, and they sued when the partner attempted to steal the Clownfish TV name. Ironically, the pirate and the princess site is more positive than the channel. Well, that's how that goes. Um, let's see. Yeah. I mean, oh, okay. Do I hate today's? Okay, okay. So let's. Okay. So you hate today's Disney, or you stick with classic Disney? Um, I don't know. It's like that. That's the thing, because it's like, okay, because like I said, sometimes I'm a little bit too much of a New Yorker. So certain things that disappear, it's like, so okay. So was watching, what was I watching? The Diz Unplugged, and these guys always harp about customer service, customer service, customer service, and they're talking, and it's like they're talking about how it's really gone downhill and this, that, and the other thing, and the customer service is just not the same. And to tell you the truth, now mind you, this was a couple of years ago. That complaint was actually pre-pandemic, and the complaint has gotten worse over time. But the thing is, though, the entire time, even when I first watched it, it's like I was like going, really? It seems the same to me, you know. And and I really didn't know what they were talking about. It's like, okay, what experiences are they talking about? And what they were talking about is walking into a place and nobody says hi to them. Nobody says hello. It's like, I don't know, welcome home or whatever shit they're supposed to say at in the parks or whatever. And like they didn't have that constant greeting. The constant, the guy with the cast member with the giant Mickey hand waving or something. And it's like, to me, that was like, okay, I mean, it's like, if I don't see one of these people, I'm fine. I mean, like I said, it's like, I'm just the type that it's like, if you don't need to talk to me, don't talk to me. And if it's kind of like, I get in an Uber, the driver never talks to me once, 5 stars. So um and I guess I'm kind of the same way with the cast members. If you don't have to talk to me, don't talk to me. 5 stars. Oh, but however, if I need something from you, that's where I expect that attention. I mean, that customer service to kick in. But I kind of expect that anywhere, really, but I especially expect it at Disney. If I have an issue, I want that shit cleared up in the most efficient way possible. And that's always happened for me. So, as far as that's concerned, Disney hasn't really changed much for me. I mean, golly, what can I say changed? I mean, honestly, the things that change the most for me are the pricing, of course. I really do hate the nickel and diming. It's like, I don't like the fact that they discontinued Magical Express. They claim it was because of the Bright Line station, like the Bright Line station, the train, the monorail, the actual, the one it's supposed to go from Miami to Orlando, and then it would stops literally in Disney. Um, they claim it was because of that, but I would have preferred if they had waited until the Bright Line was complete before they discontinued the buses, because that's the part I really don't like. When I get to the airport, I mean, I always enjoyed the tradition of going to Magical Express and immediately getting into that bubble. Um, and then I knew that from that point on, I was being taken care of. Now I have to, like, okay, do I take an Uber? Do I have to get one of those stupid Mears buses or whatnot, or a super shuttle, or whatever the options are now. Now that's something extra I have to worry about. I'm on vacation and now I have to worry about things. And honestly, for the expense of that, I don't want to worry about that. I mean, for the expense of having to worry about whether I'm getting an Uber or something, it's like, look, for the cost of going to Disney World nowadays, I could be in Paris. Honestly, I could be in Paris and I could be stressing out in Paris instead for the same money. And at least I'll have a real experience with that, as opposed to, being at Orlando International. And that's pretty much, where it goes. Oh, but pretty much, what was the moral of my story? What was the point that I was trying to get at? Oh, yes. So people whining on Twitter about all this, about, it's like, oh, how expensive that's getting, and this, that, and the other thing. Well, the magic is gone. That's the friggin' phrase that I keep reading. The magic is gone. This is not what Disney wanted. The magic is gone. But okay. But also on top of the magic is gone, everything's too expensive. My family can't afford to go there. It's like, I can't go to Disney World anymore. I refuse to go to Disney World. You have all these people going, oh, I won't go to Disney World anymore. Boycott. It's like that whole bullshit. It's like, oh, I can't go to Disney. It's like, I refuse to go to Disney World anymore. It's all going to be at Universal for me, or this, that, and the other thing. And my only thing to that is that, you know what? I wish you whiny ass bitches would not go to Disney. I wish everybody who said that they're never going to go to Disney again actually never went to Disney again. Because you can't all be saying online you're never going to Disney again, and then the shit is seeing record attendance. Now, granted, it's like the numbers. Look, I just watched the video, and I just watched recent videos, and it's like, yeah, it's like nothing ever happened. Those crowds, it's like they're pretty. If anything's back to normal, it's the crowds at Disney. So yeah, so it's like I would see all these people whining, and then they're talking about, oh, they sold their DVC contract, it's not worth it anymore, and this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, okay, so then who's going to Disney then? Because the shit is just as crowded as it was before. I still have to sit here and look at my schedule and go, okay, what time of the year can I go without being crowded out? Because somebody's going. And I know it's me. I'm not the one complaining about I'm never going to Disney again. It's like, I know it's not me, but it's like, you would think online, but that's the thing though. That just goes to show you how much what happens online really doesn't translate into the real world. Because you would think people were boycotting Disney the way I read Diz Twitter. Especially Diz Twitter, you would think people were boycotting. You go to the parks and it's like 90 minutes to get on shit. Freaking 110 minutes to get on Small World. It's like, don't tell me, that there's anybody doing anything but going. So yeah, so don't trust influencers, don't trust Disney YouTube, and don't trust Disney Twitter. They're all liars. All of them. Every single one of them. They're all liars. All of them. You know, the ride's okay, the show is okay, the movie is okay. You know, it's like really, it's like I don't think it's like, look, I'm excited for Tron. The Tron cycle. I've been excited for Tron since they introduced that in Shanghai. I'm excited for that. Okay, yeah, all right. So there we go. I'm excited for Tron. You know, I'm excited for the Guardians of the Galaxy coaster to open so that I can finally get more Rocket Raccoon merchandise. Honestly, that's the only real reason. That's the only reason. I want to see more Rocket Raccoon merchandise. I don't understand how Groot gets all the attention. I don't get it. He's a raccoon. You can't go wrong with plush raccoons. Give me more Rocket Raccoon. It's not complicated. It's all I ask, Disney. You want me to be really happy? More Rocket Raccoon merchandise. It's that simple. We know you can do it. And especially if you give me sweet face Rocket Raccoon, not all the grimacing 90s, you know, bare teeth shit. It's like, no, it's like, give me some sweet face Rocket Raccoon shit and you have me. We're good. We're good. We're good. We don't have to worry about anything else, right? Start fine. Just give me my Rocket Raccoon merchandise. I have very simple tastes. That's the thing. That's all I want. Oh, hello, Black Rose Comics. Oh, hello. So we're new here. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, that's okay. That's a whole other thing. That's a whole other. Oh my God. Okay. That. Mm, mm. Okay. Let me. All right. I think we all understand this. Disney is a multi-billion-dollar corporation. It does not give a shit about you. Outside of how much money it can make from you, Disney does not give a shit about you. It doesn't hate you. It doesn't love you. It doesn't care either way. They're completely ambivalent to you as an individual entity outside of how much money they can get out of your pocket. You know, it's like this is the same company that goes all ham in June for gay days. Oh, look at our, you know, it's like our diversity range, rainbows and shit everywhere. While at the same time, they're giving money to conservative, anti-gay senators. You can't have it both ways. Well, although Disney thinks they can. And you know what? Maybe they can, because people are stupid enough to fall for it. You know, because they think this is what happens when it's like, oh, they give support to senators pushing through that Don't Say Gay bill in Florida, while at the same time saying that we're still committed to giving you inspirational, diverse characters. Fuck characters. Characters are not real people. Say it with me. Hashtag drawn lives don't matter. I don't give a shit if Elsa is gay. I don't give a shit if she's not gay. She's a fucking cartoon character. Even in the movies, they're fictional characters. Does not mean anything in real life. Okay? So yeah, Disney trying to get credit for being a diverse company. Fuck that shit. It's fake and it only serves to just get money out of your pocket because people are so simple-minded that they think that if senpai looks at them for a split second, it means that they're in love. No, senpai is looking at your wallet. He's not looking at you. And I really hate the amount of credit that people give Disney for the absolute bare minimum bullshit. Oh, we made this background character that we can easily edit it out for the Chinese market gay. And people are losing their fucking minds. I mean, it's like the Loki TV series. It's like Loki mentions a throwaway line implying that he's bisexual. And people were losing their fucking minds on Twitter and on Facebook. And it's like, one, you know nothing about the Loki myth if you think that's the extent of it. And two, really, that's all it takes? A throwaway line? That's all it takes? For you to feel like you're winning? As a marginalized person? Meanwhile, the fucking state of Florida is trying to literally ban the discussion of queer people existing. They're literally trying to legislate away gay. But this character implied they're gay, they're queer, they're gay. Really? That's the important part? No, absolutely not. I think it's bullshit, and it's like, and it drives me nuts that people fall for that. You know, and again, that's something that Disney is wholeheartedly taking advantage of. And it's like, honestly, it's like if you are so insecure with yourself that you need a multi-billion-dollar corporation to just scrape the surface of the most superficial aspect of your personality for validation, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you as a person. Brain damage. That's brain damage. Meanwhile, it's like a small creator just wants to do a comic book the way the fuck they want to do it. And these are the same people that come on them going, you're doing it wrong. Oh, that's problematic representation. You can't do it like that. It's like, fuck off. I'm telling a story. Maybe I'm not telling your story. How about that? How about I'm not telling a story for you? Go suck Disney's dick if you're that, you know, if they're catering to you, so go ball, you know, it's like go there. Disney has shit for you. They're more than happy to, you know, to pat you on the head, you know, while they're supporting actual, you know, anti-gay legislation at the same time. But you're going to bother me. You're going to bother other creators for not following arbitrary rules that you made up because you got your feels hurt. You know, I mean, yeah, that too. That too. You know, it's like, really? It's like, that makes no sense to me. It really is brain damage. You know, go do something real. Go canvas for candidates that actually help you. Go feed the homeless. Go work at the shelters. You know, at shelters that I know are in your fucking neighborhood that you decide to not know they're there. You know, go do something real in your community, helping real people. Don't bitch online about fucking cartoon characters. and then giving this much goodwill to fucking companies who could care less if you existed. Wait until you're out of trend. That's the thing. That's the thing. Wait until your marginalized identity is out of trend and see how quickly they forget you. So no, don't count on, don't give corporations, I mean, it drives me nuts because they give these corporations all this goodwill and then they turn their vitriol on small creators. Trying to tell our own stories our own way, but no, Disney gets a pass when they're spending money doing actual harm. Oh, but Superman's gay. We're winning. Fuck you. 20 states have absolutely no laws on the books protecting queer people from discrimination, but fucking Superman is gay. That's the important part. That's your takeaway. So yeah, that too. Maybe I did eat before. I got on stream though. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh well, if this is your first time, if this is your first time seeing me on my stream, yeah, I kind of get like that. Hold on.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
I don't know. People, I don't know. I kind of do get like that. you know. Oh. I get told that. I get told that a lot. I don't know. It's like video. That's the thing with live streaming. They're very easy for me to do. It's the editing that makes it complicated. Yeah, penciling. So I was penciling. Yeah, so if this is your first time here, hello, welcome. It's like, yeah, I kind of get like that sometimes. It is what it is, right? But it's true though. I stand by everything I said. Yeah, but so everybody who says that they're not going to Disney anymore, they really need to actually not go to Disney. Is that my point? I think that was my point. I took a long way around, but that was my point. I mean, it's like, but I think that comes to anything. That comes with anything too. If something really is making you unhappy, and if we're talking about media, especially about media, we have so many options out there. There's no reason to build up vitriol towards stuff. There really isn't. I mean, it's like, it's like, where did the cartoon character touch you? I mean, it's like, if a company is not making product the way you like, you don't buy that product. You don't support it. This and this comes, with a lot of things. If if certain creators are not making product, well, I don't want to say product in that context. If they're not creating something that doesn't appeal to you, then what you do is you go find creators who are doing something that you like. Your job is not to harangue that creator, trying to hammer them to do something that they don't want to do because it serves you, not them. And because I think, and here's the thing too, when it comes to corporations like Disney, like Marvel, like DC, they really are making product. They're not making art. They're not being creative. Everything they do is committee hashed out by committee. Because in the end, their whole thing is, how much money can we make off of this? And the thing is, and here's the thing too, sometimes it's not about money either. It's how much attention can we get for this, which is also another way that these companies are manipulating their audiences. Because it's like, if you ever wonder whether it seems like DC and Marvel are doing things on purpose to piss people off, it's because they are. Because sometimes that type of attention is worth more than money. They couldn't pay for that type of attention. And when they know there's an audience that's going to make 3-hour rant videos about whatever stupid decision they're making, it's because that's the intent. They want, it's like, it's all that any publicity is good publicity. I mean, I think it's very wrong-headed, especially in the internet age. But so that's the thing. So when it looks like a company is making stupid decisions, sometimes it's because they're doing that for the very reaction that certain people are giving them, whether good or bad. It's like they want people to make a 3-hour hate video. They can bitch all that. You see, that's the other thing. Like, they can hate on Clownfish all they want, but in the end, that's attention. That's Clownfish is still talking about them. It's like the slap. The going back to the beginning. The slap heard around the world. Will Smith and Chris Rock. When was the last time people have talked about the Oscars this much? Right? So even though the Oscar committee they're going to punish, they're talking about punishing Will Smith for what he did, because they still have to act like they have some decorum, right? At the same time, executives are creaming their pants over this shit. Because God forbid they put together a show that people actually want to tune in and watch without that bullshit happening. Because you know what this does? This guarantees a viewership for next year. Because now they have the Howard Stern effect. What's going to happen on the Oscars next year? Everyone's going to tune in thinking that prediction. Next year, Chris Rock and Will Smith will be presenting an Oscar together. Because that's money. That's worth more than money. And that's the thing. And it's like, you have to be really conscious of how corporations play with you like that. and the way people fall for it online. And mind you, they're doing this for a very specific set of people, knowing that they're going to act up online. Like I said, whether positively or negatively. It's like, there are people who it's like, because it's like, yeah, you have the people who are doing 2-hour videos about how Genie Plus sucks. And then or the Star Wars Hotel, right? But then they have all their crew who are going, oh my God, I've never experienced anything like this. It was life-changing. Both useless. Both absolutely useless. So yeah, so as we're hitting the top of my second hour, and it's like, and as you can see, it's I got some work done, at least, but I'll be penciling this in earnest at the so by the end of the day I should have this page penciled. um uh so yeah, I mean, really, I mean, yeah, it's like I wasn't expecting to make that whole thing, but you know what? But it is funny how it's like, you're enough, you're enough in this industry, and comics is small enough that all of this circles around, and yeah, and it's like, these arguments are ridiculous that I see online. Like I said, that I could have an entire episode just on that shit. It's like, man, cartoon characters got people shook. I swear to God. But yeah, but okay, so we're just hitting the top of the 2 hours. So this is pretty much how much I've gotten so far. Look, you all know that it's like, it's like you guys get to see me draw the way it's like at conventions. It's like, this is like being at a convention. You guys are coming to my table. You're watching me draw. I'm trying to work, but we're having a good time. We're talking. And it's like, you get to kind of see me draw. But in the end, it's, the real work is going to happen after I get off the air, because then it's like, okay, now I have to be serious and I have to, concentrate on it. But while we're here, you get to see me do some work. But like I said, we're having a good time. We're having obviously a pretty good discussion. And yeah, and that's pretty much where it is. So, but okay, so there you go. So I think that in the moral of the whole thing, that it's like, corporations don't love you. They're always going to be disappointing, but the idea is that if a company is doing something you like, support the company. If they're doing something you don't like, then don't support the company. It's that simple. And especially when it translates down and it to smaller creators. If a creator is doing something that you like, especially a small creator, support the shit out of them, because it's a lot harder for a small creator, than it is for a multi-billion-dollar company, obviously. So if you see a small creator who's doing the work you want to see, support the hell out of that creator. And if you see a creator doing work that you don't like for some reason, mind your business and move on. Your job is not, the answer is not to bother that creator until they make something for you. We're not Walmart. We're not, this is stuff we're making for ourselves that we're sharing with you. But we're not making this for you. I mean, does that make any? I mean, does that make sense? Because when it comes to my work, that's exactly how I feel about it. It's like I'm making this work to share, but I'm not making it specifically for you. So if the story is not going in a direction, or the characters are not the way you want them to be, in the end, it's because I'm not making this story for you. You either want to ride in the car with me, or you want to take an Uber yourself. That's the thing. It's like driver, shotgun shuts their yap, driver chooses the radio station, right? So that's what it is. So I'm choosing, when I do my comics, I'm the driver choosing the radio station. If you want to be in the car with me as shotgun, you have to listen to my music. And same thing with the comics, the same thing with all of us. And yeah, and it's like, and if you don't like it, you can go walk. You can go walk to where you need to go. You can go take an Uber to where you need to go. But what you want and I want are two different things. So yeah, so that's, and when it comes to Disney, it's like, yeah, if you keep harping about you're never going to go to Disney again, I better not see your face there. You better not be on that 90-minute line. It's like, didn't you say you were never going to come here again? Yeah, but yeah, okay, yeah, all right. So yeah, because honestly, if everybody who claimed that they were never going to go to Disney again didn't, it would make my trips so much easier. So on that note, so let's I guess so let's see. There we go. Okay. So, good grief. Okay. Where was I? I don't know where I am right now. It was I don't know. Like I said, my house smells like Pez. I can't get over that. Okay, so where were we? So there you have it. 2 hours of, I hope, entertaining something. You could have been anywhere else, but you decided to spend this time with me. So I want to thank everybody for that. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, all the newcomers who showed up. And I hope you enjoyed what you see, because I tend to do this a lot. So there you have it. So if you're interested in more of my work, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites, some of which you can see right here. But I mostly post to Facebook. If you're into seeing sketches and current work in progress, I'm also trying to be more regular on YouTube here. With my videos and my semi-weekly, I'm trying to make it weekly, art live streams like this. Like I said, yeah, it's like I'm trying to, just I'm just trying to be more out there. And also, don't forget, you can read the first 5 issues of EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, in its original black and white format. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a Lord of the Rings type of adventure, you can follow the link to Tall Tales online and read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free as well. And don't forget to sign up for my monthly newsletter, in everything in the links below, where not only will you get free comic PDFs for joining, but you get regular updates about all my current and upcoming crowdfunding campaigns. And speaking of crowdfunding campaigns, remember, EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, is on Kickstarter right now. We have 14 days left, issues 1 through 4, plus the prequel. We're really close to all the stretch goals unlocking, which I know that you guys really want the 8-page story, because I know I want that. Remember that there's also a EGORAVEN and Nightwolf crossover, where if you support both our campaigns, you get this exclusive print from the Nightwolf campaign. And where I also have a special crossover with the Oswald Chronicles with 21 days left to go. All the links are in the show notes, but technically you only have 2 weeks to support both these campaigns, because once my campaign ends, these exclusives will no longer be available. So as you were seeing me work on today, Oswald and EGORAVEN 16-page mini story you get as a PDF for supporting both the campaigns. So like I said, links in the show notes below. Oh, where is my frame? There we go. Oh, I hate it when it does that. So yes, sign up for everything. Links below. I'll be seeing everybody on Friday on the Raging Network with Nita Lanning, where maybe I'll rant again. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll tell a story. I'll read one of my vignettes again. I don't know. I've been in the mood for that ever since the last one that I did the first week that we went back on the air. I feel like reading one of my vignettes. So I don't know. Depends on what I feel like on Friday. So join us on Friday at 11 a.m. and for an hour long, whatever the heck we feel like talking about related to this weird little indie industry that we're in. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, I will be tonight, 8:00. I will be on RJ's show, Critical Blast, where we're going to be talking more about the EGORAVEN campaign and whatever else RJ wants to, talk to me about. It's all good. So yeah, so check out me 8:00 on Critical Blast later on tonight. So thank you again for joining me. Thank everybody watching. Thank you everybody in the chat. And I'll see you guys later. And ciao.
You really want to know my process?
Absolutely.
Usually starts with a holla and ends with a creamsicle.
And then if there's time in between, Thundercats.